Or father. With the same last name.
Who cares? He's not the next coach.
He's not the next coach.
Nope.
So am I going to ask you if we're going to bring this one into Phil Jackson or?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Why wouldn't we?
All right, Vid. Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Great to see you. Great to see you. So let's talk about what's hot right now.
What's
hardwood.
hot? What's hot?
The New York Knicks are not hot. They're a hot topic, but they are not hot as far as performance. And that has led to today, as of this posting, Wednesday, March 14th, their coach, Mike D'Antoni, resigns. Not fired.
They used to be. They were hot.
They were hot.
During Linsanity.
No, they were 7-2 under Linsanity. Carmelo comes back, completes the roster. They
go mellow it out.
2-8. They go mellow it out. 2-8. Team is, they're saying that the team has lost respect for D'Antoni. He steps down, says, I'm gone. First off, I got a follow-up question to this.
Yeah.
But first off, what do you think of Mike D'Antoni,
yeah.
and him stepping down? Any opinions?
Not too surprised.
Yeah.
He's already a big-time name. He's already got $30 million in the bank because of his track record with Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Not too surprised that he stepped down because this is New York City. He was coming under big-time fire.
Yeah, he was. I mean, the media has been, if you guys are watching this, aren't, New York Northeast locals like we are, there is, media is going crazy on D'Antoni and how we can't have a team with now superstars, with Carmelo, Stoudemire, and Jeremy Lin.
And they won't fit into his offense, supposedly.
Well, his high-powered offense, which, doesn't play defense anyway, and these guys don't play defense, somehow it's all not working out.
I'll tell you why it's not working out. It's not working out because D'Antoni is a running gun, whereas Carmelo, which Linsanity fit very well into, even without Melo or Stoudemire, but he's a running gun coach, whereas Melo is a isolation, hold the ball, one-on-one type of player.
Yeah.
That's why it hasn't been working.
And I think when you're talking about revolving your offense around Melo, and as you are saying here, that's part of the problem. That's for a separate post.
And where's Stoudemire gone?
Yeah.
He's been absent, averaging like 13 points a game since he and Melo have come back.
It's kind of tough for Stoudemire to average more than 13 points when Melo's taking 23 shots a game.
And Linsanity's taking 20 a game too.
Yeah, I mean his field goal percentage has dropped from right around 50% into the 30s. One thing I will say about Mr. Linsanity, he's still averaging about 8 or so assists a game. He's dishing the ball, he's moving it around. I don't think his game is the problem here. No. But let's follow up. We're talking about D'Antoni here. Okay, who's the successor? And most importantly, everybody's going to be screaming Phil Jackson. Will Phil Jackson come in and coach the New York Knicks?
Phil Jackson needs to come in and coach the New York Knicks. I'm not a huge Phil Jackson fan, being a big Knicks guy. I think of Phil Jackson, I think of the Bulls and the Lakers. But I think Phil Jackson, being a former New York Knick himself as a player, needs to come in and coach the Knicks, if for no other reason than to validate the Zen Master's career. He's always had not just all-stars and elite players and Hall of Famers, but top 15, top 20 players of all time.
Yeah.
And then Hall of Famers right below the top 15 or top. So if you put Shaq and Kobe together, that's 2 of the top 30 players ever.
Right.
And you got Michael Jordan, top 3 ever.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen, Hall of Famer, and to one of the top 50 players of the 2000s.
Right.
I'm sorry, of the 20th century, the 1900s, right? And Horace Grant, perennial All-Star. Right. What Phil Jackson has always done throughout his career is stack the deck. If he comes to the Knicks, he's able to turn them around. Like Bill Parcells, he shows that he's able to turn around a program, not just take a group of Hall of Famers and all-time greats and turn them into a winner.
I think you've pretty much said it all. I mean, I don't have much to say there, but for that reason, I'm just going to throw out there that I agree with everything you said. I don't think Phil Jackson's going to come because he sees the problems that here in New York. He doesn't think Carmelo's the answer, which he's not. I don't think he thinks, Stoudemire is enough of a all-around threat to really run the league, and I don't think he sees Jeremy Lin as the point guard that he necessarily needs. He's not, it's not like we have a CP3 on the team that he could come into and use. So while he sees those as good players, not the elites that he wants, and I think he would do nothing but tarnish his legacy if they don't win a championship in 5 years, which they wouldn't do.
But his legacy is already, you take the greatest players of all time and you win, great job. So you're saying he's not even willing to tarnish his legacy
I don't
of
think
winning?
I don't think he cares. I don't think it's of concern to him over whether people say, okay, well, I've never done it with a lesser, cast of characters like the Knicks would be here.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think we'll see Phil Jackson in New York.
Good deal. Good deal, man. Concise,
That was a lot of content.
a lot of content.